And the serve falls in, dug out by the Townies, into the net it goes. And out of bounds, that's going to be a point for Westerly. So Thursday, we're going to be at Salvador Jerry Fields for some girls lacrosse action. And then Friday morning, 11 a.m., Similori Field, our first trip of many, for a baseball game. And that's spiked down by the Townies. Out of bounds it goes. Bulldogs will take it. 6-4 Westerly. And the serve to the back line, handled. This job of the Bulldogs to dig it out and keep it alive, and they dump it back over. Town uses a set chance, a little behind the man, and the Bulldogs able to easily handle it. And nice spike from the back for the Bulldogs. That'll be another point, 7-4 Westerly. And a nice serve. Townie's forced again just to dump it over, unable to get into their offense, which the Bulldogs in transition have done a great job here early. And nice job there for the Townies, but great defense at the net for the Bulldogs. And another point for Westerly, 8-4. Games to 25, win by 2. First serve, nice serve to the back line, handled. And dump over by the Townies, trying to catch the Bulldogs unprepared, and they're unable to dump it over. I didn't even know if that second hit was legal, but it was a great effort by the Bulldogs. That's going to be a side out and a point for the Townies. 8-5 is where we're at. So first game of the spring. I am excited, folks. 5 weeks off is way too long without sports. And that's going to be a fault and a point for the Bulldogs. Quick side out. Unforced error on the Townies side. 9-5 Bulldog advantage. And some quality teams the Bulldogs are bringing forth this spring. Similori Field alone get a state champion and a division champion. That division champion coming back having lost no players. And the Bulldog baseball team, going to be tough to replicate things, but they have all the talent to do so. And this volleyball team off to their start, and they are able to get it over. Some acrobatics. Nice job at the net by the Bulldogs all game long so far, and they are able to somehow keep that inside. That was unbelievable. Number 18 for the Bulldogs. One-handed keeps it inside the pin, right in front of the official. 10-5 is where we stand. Two great volleys in a row, and the Bulldogs are showing their athleticism, and boom, right there. That's frustration on the Townies side. Miscommunication. Unforced error, whatever you want to call it, it's momentum on the Bulldog side is what you call it. 11-5 Bulldog advantage. And as I was said, they're agile. They're very athletic. And they're able to get into their offense quickly. Nice job by the Townies trying to get a sequence, unable to do it. Bulldogs quickly in transition, forced the Townies. Spike attempt, and that's going to be now for a point. And a much needed side out for the Townies. And I won't talk about a bunch, but the Bulldogs are missing two key links that they thought would have been back in Hamlin and Samo, Jesse Samo. Hard to forget his name. Two basketball players that were on the team last year. So they decided not to play, and the Bulldogs will march on. That's going to come up short, point for the Townies. And the jump serve. Back line handles it poorly, whistles. That's going to be another Townie point, 11-8. Back within 3. Game 1 here, live from Federico Gymnasium. Kicking off the spring. Be at Salvador Jerry Field. Thursday, Similori. Friday, I can't wait. What a ride it was last year. Another error on the Bulldogs end, and point for the Townies, back within 2, 11-9. Game 1, best of 5 match we have here, folks. And a nice dig by the Bulldogs. Set at the net, dink. And that could be good. Nice job by the Townies to return it. Nice job at the net to put it down. Mendiola for the Bulldogs. I don't have numbers with names on my roster just yet. Sometimes that happens. First game of the season, they haven't been entered yet. So I'm doing my best. Bulldogs with a 3-point 12-9 lead here. Inching their way to about the halfway point in game one. Number 14 set to serve for the Bulldogs. And whistle, Bulldog point, 13-9 score. So the lone senior on this Bulldog team, Luke Donato. Brian Allen and Jack Kenyon are juniors. They're definitely going to depend on out of bounds, unforced error. Those are things you can't do. And that'll make it 13-10, and the Townies will take the serve. Sophomores Tyler Brayman, James Manfredi, and Chase Wycall are going to be called on to do a lot of action this year. Two primary setters is Kwame Mendiola and Tyler Brayman, as I just mentioned. And obviously setting such a big position. And that's a nice kill by the Townies, and they're right back in this thing, 13-11. Coach Beal in the season preview said she felt almost like it was starting over. New people, new year, climbed the tip top of that mountain last year, and here we go. We got to start with the basics. But that didn't change their goal or mindset that they're not only a playoff team, they're a championship competitive level team, or they will be, as they get experience throughout the season. And we are back to a 1-point game at the halfway mark in game one. The serve, nice serve. Bulldogs unable to handle it. That's an ace to tie this thing up. It's a race to 12, win by 2 in game one. We got a timeout by Coach Beal. Wants to shake up momentum here. Clearly the Townies stole it. And that's such a valuable thing in high school sports. It's all about momentum and energy. Bulldogs had it early. They came out. They weren't sloppy at all. They've got a little, I don't know if they've gotten more sloppy, but it seems like the Townies have gotten more in sync. Their kills are a little bit more accurate with a little bit more velocity. Their sets are a little bit more on spot, which is allowing for their offense to move. Bulldogs seemingly early here in game one of the first game of the season. I'm impressed with how well they're getting into their transition offense and their backline defense. And the Townies break their huddle, take the floor, and here we go. Race to 25, win by 2, tied at 13. Should say race to 12, win by 2. We are still here in game one. And the serves handled by the Bulldogs, bumps that deep. They're going to have to dump it over, and they do. Not handled very well by the Townies. Same Bulldogs dump it back. So neither team able to get into the offense just yet. Mishandled by the Townies. Bulldogs almost catch him in the back corner. And here we go, Bulldogs with the bump. The set and the spike. The Bulldogs, I do believe, yes they will. So a much needed point, 14-13 Westerly, and he'll get the serve. Discussing what the reason for that was, and it doesn't matter to me as long as the Bulldogs take the serve and Mendiola has the ball at the moment. He's going to pass it off. Brian Allen to serve for the Bulldogs. A lot of time last year. And the Townies return it. Bulldogs able to get their offense. Nice job, nice dig in the back line by the Townies. Floater to the back line, handled by Allen. Set. And that is going to be out of bounds by the Bulldogs, and that will tie things at 14. Townies set to serve here, going point for point in game one. And nice job on offense for the Bulldogs, great job at the net for the Townies. And they're trying to find a spot on soft end and are almost able to. Nice return by the Townies, just an inch too far. Bulldogs get the side out in the point. As you check the replay on this, just out of bounds. And the serve by the Bulldogs to the back line. Handled by the Townies, blocked at the net by the Bulldogs. Townies will have a chance to dump it over and do. And the spike attempt by the Bulldogs blocked. Great job at the net by the Townies here. Back half of the game one. And they're going to be forced to dump it over. Bulldogs with the bump. A nice set, spike attempt. And the Townies handle it somehow and get it over. Bulldogs are able to keep it in the area and dump it. Both teams fortunate, but are seemingly always able to find a way for the return. Touch the net, the Townies did. Bulldogs will take the point. 16-14 Westerly. Best of 5. Race to 25, win by 2. Game 1 of the 2023 campaign. And that is an unforced error out of bounds, and the Bulldogs can't really grab momentum. And that kind of stuff goes on. 16-15 the score. And the serve for the Townies. Not handled well. Bulldogs have to try to bring it back in, and they do. Nice job by the Bulldogs in the recovery. And they've done a good job all game one. And the set attempt by the Townies to go out of bounds. It hit the Bulldogs. Out of bounds it went. Bulldogs get the point. And the side out, 17-15. Getting to crunch time now. Once you pass that 15 number, the vice starts to tighten a little bit. Substitution for the Bulldogs. And the serve. A nice one to the back end. And the Bulldogs able to return it. Block at the net, point for Westerly. East Providence never able to get into an offense or get control of the ball really at all. This is an athletic Bulldog team for certain, 18-15. Back set, spike attempt, handled by White, by Island. Dig attempt by the Townies, no good, point Westerly. Inching their way to 25, 19-15. Handle in the back line, the set, a short one blocked at the net yet again. Nice job at the net, number 20 all game long. Great net presence by this Bulldog team, 20-15. The serve. Set is good at the net, spike attempt. And that is what is the ruling. Everyone's waiting. That official on the other side doesn't seem confident to make his calls. And the Bulldogs are going to handle it, so they'll keep it. Out of bounds, point Westerly, 21-15. And the serve. At the net again, the Bulldogs, it just tips back over with a block by the Bulldogs. Everything at the net is nearly impossible to pass this front line for the Bulldogs. And they find a vacant spot in the back corner. And this is what I call momentum, and you need a timeout pretty soon. I wouldn't imagine one more point before East Providence calls a timeout. The Bulldogs have stretched it to a 7-point advantage and needing only 3 more to go. The serve. Handled the set. Not near the net, though. They dump it to the back line. Handled by Allen. Back 2-touch carried either way, side out. And the East Providence will get the point. 22-16 the score. Definitely dangerous area for the Townies. Need to grab a chunk here. And the serve is handled near the net, though. Bulldogs are unable to handle it off the net. Carry is the call. Townies will grab the point. 22-17, down by 5. And the serve again handled near the net and blocked at the net. Bulldogs are going to get credit for the point. The Townies hit the net, and the Bulldogs are very fortunate because they were about to lose a point there. They will take it, and that'll bring them to 23, needing only 2 more. Big call, big play, big turn of events. That broke in the Bulldogs' favor here. Number 20 to serve, having a great day at the net. The serve handled, set at the net, no communication. They can't return it. We are at game point in game 1, 24-17. For this to continue, the Townies need 7 straight points. The serve, what a missile, Lane. You are not returning that. No better way to end it on the ace. 25-17, game 1 in the 2023 season in the books for the Bulldogs. There'll be a short break. This production, folks, is brought to you in part by Valenti Subaru. Subaru sales and service located at Dunn's Corners, Wesley RI. Valenti means value. With over 90 years in the auto business, the Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. Service with honesty, integrity, and a smile are the cornerstone our business is built upon. Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer, located in Dunn's Corners next to Dunkin'. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. We'll be back in just a moment.
I did, and I'm not going to take him home this time.
Here we go. We are off, about to get started in game 2. The Bulldogs took game 1 in convincing fashion, I would say. Honestly, after the first, they were tied up at 13 the first half of the game, and then the Bulldogs pretty much took control, reeling off a couple chunks of points, and doing what you always want to do. You always want to grab that first game of the year. It gets those jitters away, throws them away, especially being a young team like this. You got your first game win in your pocket. Now the sights are set. It's a match. It's a bigger picture here, and East Providence will take the court. East Providence is the older team on the court. They don't have a lot of seniors. They only, in fact, have 2. But they do have a lot of juniors. Both teams seem to be finding their way. There is the horn. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We got Lisa behind the lens, Wesley.live, Wesley.radio, bringing you all Wesley sports all spring long. I am excited. Thursday, we hit Salo at Jerry Fields from Ladies Lacrosse. Friday, 11 a.m., the baseball team returns at Similori Field. We'll bring it to you live. There's the whistle, and we are off in game 2. The serve, not handled well. Bulldogs get a chance to return it and do. Set at the net. Spike attempt tipped by the Bulldogs. Kept alive. And spike attempt's going to fly far. It goes, and the point will go to East Providence, taking an early 1-0 lead. As the team switch sides, Bulldogs in blue going left to right. Townies in red, right to left. And that serve give off to the net. Handled by the Bulldogs. Allen on the back. And a nice job at the net by the Townies. Push it to the back. Again handled by Allen. Spike that number 20. And he is dug out by the Townies. Great job. Bulldogs dump it to an open spot. Seemingly their least organized return of the volley. Finds the hole. Gets the point. And the side out. 1-1 the score. A little bit of delay on the court here. And set the serve for the Bulldogs, number 8. We are just getting started in game 2 of this best of 5 series. And a miscommunication by the Townies. Unforced error, ace, whatever you want to call it. It's a point on the side for the Bulldogs. This Bulldog team, as I said, quietly. Game 5, 1 point from a state title last year. Losing a lot of players. A couple choosing not to play this season, a couple from graduation. So this team coming together, it's new. And they are winning 2-1 in game 2. But they won the JV tournament last year, as Coach Beal said in the preview. So winning is not new to them. And return by the Townies, blocked at the net by the Bulldogs, number 20. What a day he is having at the net. Bulldogs take the lead 4-1. And we're going to get a different volleyball, I think. We don't like that one. Let's get a new one. Now we're ready to go. And the serve, handled, set deep, not much offense, handled by the Bulldogs. And that set is dumped over by number 20. And the Townies out of sync, both teams out of sync seemingly in this volley. Finding a way to just to return it, blocked at the net. Bulldogs do a nice job grabbing a handle. Townies with a set, but deep. Spike, and it's a beauty. What a missile by the Townies, and they earn it. Sloppy volley. 4-2 the score. Bulldogs taking game 1. If you have just joined us. And dug out by the Bulldogs. Dumped over. Backline bump. Set. And spike attempt by the Townies. Bulldogs unable to return it. That's going to be East Providence point. 4-3. And much like game 1, they were back and forth all the way to 13. They were not at that, 14 even. And then the Bulldogs kind of took off. And a little discussion here. Not sure about what. Here we go, the whistle, and we're off. Serve not going to be long enough. Haven't seen many unforced errors, not many serves into the net. That's one that benefits the Bulldogs for certain. Those are some things you'd think you may see early in the season in game 1. Bulldogs have done a nice job. They came out, didn't appear too rusty. But it's going to take time and games together to really get in sync. And nice offense by the Townies, handled by the Bulldogs. Set to the net, dink attempt, Townies handled. Spike attempt number 2, into the net, blocked. And the Bulldogs put it into the net. Townies get the point. 5-4 the score. And the serve. Handled. Nice set. Spike, nice spot. Inbounds. Tough to defend that one. And the Bulldogs get the side out and the point. 6-4. And when they come together on offense, man, they look pretty good. Dink attempt by the Townies, handled by the Bulldogs. Back set, spike. Dug out, can't handle it. Bulldog point. 7-4 game 2. Bulldogs won the winner of game 1. And the sidewinder handling the back line. The set near the net. Dink attempt out of bounds. Hit the net. Everything. Either way, Bulldogs point. 8-4. Whistle serve. Here we go. Out of bounds. There you go. Freebie frees Providence. 8-5. Side out. And the whistle and the serve by the big man, number 24. Handled by the Bulldogs. A nice set from the back line, but the Townies handle it. Bulldogs having problems at the net. Townies point. 8-6 score. So again, back and forth we go here early on in game 2, much like game 1. It's hard to really talk about any other teams or the schedule or anything really here because everybody's just sort of trying to find their way. Everybody's lost somebody, except for a couple of fortunate teams that come around and feel their way through the first few, especially non-league games. But it's always huge to get that first win under your belt, be it the game first and then the match into the rafters. Bulldogs with a lot of sink here, and it is tied up at 8. Townies set to serve again. Bulldogs winners in the first game. We're in a best of 5 series here on Tuesday night. Serve to the back line, out of bounds. Bulldogs will take the unforced error side out and point. 9-8 to score. Coach is letting them play on both sides, even through what you'd call momentum or little runs. This is the time of the year to do it. See how they respond. As you dig deeper into the season, you call your timeouts to cut those in half. And the serve for the Bulldogs handled on the back line. The set. Spike attempt to beauty, but too deep. Bulldogs point. 10-8 Bulldogs with a 2-point advantage here. And handle in the back line. And a nice job. Setter drops it for the Townies. Bulldogs can't handle. Side out, 10-9 to score. Townies will serve. And the serve, a nice one. Not handled well by the Bulldogs, but they're able to return it. Nice job in transition with the Bulldogs. Townies return the favor. And the Bulldogs are going to have to just dump it over and do. Townies in their offense. Spike attempt deep out of bounds. Bulldogs needed that side out, got it. And grabbed that 2-point advantage back, 11-9. Allen serving for the Bulldogs. He's got the whistle, but waiting on final instruction from the coach. And there'll be a substitution. In comes number 20, but Allen's going to pick a ball up and go right back at it. A little confusion all over the place here at this point in game 2. Allen with the serve, and it's a beauty. Able to handle by the setter for the Townies. Bulldogs return goes out of bounds. Side out and point to the Townies, 11-10. So right across the way at Salo Jerry Field, lights on. Thursday night, girls lacrosse. And that back set carry by the Bulldogs. East Providence is now tied it. And the Lady Bulldogs lacrosse team ending a 15-game losing streak from last year, going 1-0 this season. That was yesterday. Bulldogs boys team is 1-0 and they are playing tonight on the road. Both teams in Division III and should be highly competitive. And at the net, block attempt tipped by the Bulldogs. And they're set, spike, inbound. Nice job by the Bulldogs on the quick hitter, side out, 13-11. And when you think about Semilore Field and those two diamonds, you got the returning state champions who lost a lot but have some youth with experience that they're moving up to fill in. And a softball team that won the division without a senior last year. So they're nothing but better this season, and that's going to be an exciting place to be. And that spike attempt flies deep, side out. Point goes to Townies 13-12, 14-11. Bulldogs are going to take that final call. Not sure what happened, but they'll take it 14-11. Approaching the halfway point, just over. Serve handled, set deep for the Townies. At the net, a little tangled up, but able to return it. And the Bulldogs put that one down. The bump from the back line of the Townies a little too close to the net. And the Bulldogs handle it, 15-11 the score. These final 10 points is when I say that the vice opens up here. Bulldogs with a chance and an ace on the spot, what they needed from Mendiola, number 7 for the Bulldogs, 16-11. Bulldogs won game 1, best of 5 series, season opener. Set a beauty, spike attempt blocked into the net, hits the floor. Bulldogs couldn't return it. And a nice job offensively by the Townies. And they're hanging around, 16-12. That's what's nerve-wracking. Early on in the season, you never know what you're coming up against. And the serve, that's a beauty. And that's going to be an ace. 16-13 the score here. This non-league matchup. And that's another ace. Nice serve by the Townies. Here we go, 16-14. And that is going to be an unforced error. The Bulldogs need it. Side out, Point Westerly. 17-14. Bulldogs need 8. Number 8 set to serve for the Bulldogs. And it's a let over the net, but a nice job by the Townies to handle it. Mendiola with a nice set. Handled by the Townies. And they are too deep out of bounds. That's going to be a Westerly point. Couldn't handle it, and the Bulldogs will stretch it to 18-14. How long do you let your team play through? Early season non-league game, I guess the theory is let them play, and I can't really argue it. I would never question it. And they got right into their offense. Bulldogs couldn't handle it. Nice job by the Townies. And that's a great job by the coach. Let them play. And they play through the Bulldogs' little run there. And are right back in this thing, down by only 3, 18-15. The serve, that one's high and handled by the Bulldogs. Spike. Townies have a hold of it. Spike attempt blocked at the net by the Bulldogs. Number 20, number 10 even on the block. Great net play by Westerly. 19-15 the score. Side out their serve. And the serve. Handled. Soft spike attempt. Handled by the Bulldogs. Will stay in. It will. Block attempt at the net. Bulldogs have it. And they put it down for the point. 20-15. 5-point advantage. And this game, folks, has been a mirror of game 1. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all the way to about 12-13. And then once they hit that range, the Bulldogs hit their stride, and that's just what they've done here, 21-15. 6-point lead, 4 points away. And they kind of ran away with game 1 at this point. East Providence with the short, and that's a nice side out by East Providence. They needed it, 21-16. Now this progressive scoring, we've seen some runs, some real breathtaking runs. It's been unbelievable. So by no means is this thing remotely over. The whistle and the serve. Handled near the net, over the net, put down. Not handled well by the back line, a little too close. Townie's able to put it down for the score, 21-17. 4-point advantage. The whistle. Quiet gymnasium. And the serve into the net. Bulldogs love to see that. And they haven't done that a lot tonight. The Townies have made that infraction more, but neither team all that much considering in game one. No more important time than right then, folks. 22-17. The Bulldogs serve. Backline handles. The set, mid-range, spike attempt handled by the Bulldogs. And they have it up near the net. And nice job. The Townies can't handle the block. Bulldogs point. 23-17. 2 points away from going 2 up in this best-of-5 series. What a way to open your 2023 campaign. Filled with question marks, new players doing new things, bigger roles. What a job at the net this Bulldog team has done all game long. It's been several players, number 20, number 18, I don't want to skip any of them. There's been just great overall net play. Nice job setting for the Bulldogs. And that sets at the net and spike it down. That was a nice job by the Townies. And they're going to get a point for it, 24-18. Game point for the Bulldogs. 6 in a row is what the Townies need just to stay alive. Whistle, the serve, comes up short, diving, the return. Townies have it. They get into their offense. And they soft dump. Bulldogs with a chance, spike attempt blocked at the net. Townies will tack one on, 24-19. They need 5 more just to stay alive here. 7 to win, 5 to stay alive. Game 2, game 1 went to the Bulldogs. Here is the whistle. And the serve, a beauty. Handled, set, and backwards dump, handled by the Townies. They get into their offense, spike attempt, and that goes wide. Bulldogs point, Bulldogs game number 2 in the books. Can't start your season better than that. Bulldogs 25, Townies 19, and the Bulldogs jump out to a quick 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 series. We're going to take a quick break as the players flip sides, and we will be right back. Hello, folks. I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer owner Shane Belanger. We got Lisa behind the lens. We are Wesley.live, Wesley.radio, bringing you Game 3 here. We have Bulldogs volleyball action versus the East Providence Townies. The Bulldogs couldn't have started their campaign any better. They jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Best of 5 series, one more for the Bulldogs, and they're out the door with a win in Game 1. Easier said than done. Like I said, it's Game 1. This is a young squad. The Bulldogs have 1 senior, 2 juniors, 9 sophomores, and 3 freshmen. That's 12 underclassmen, 3 upperclassmen, and only 1 senior. So this is a young squad, to say the least. They had graduation. They had a couple players not return. They have dealt with a lot, and I'll tell you what, they have come out here with a confident-looking team. Yes, they look young, there's no doubt about it, but their net presence alone, if that can be continued and obviously they're young, improved upon, that is going to be a dominating factor moving forward for this team because they started out doing a great job with it. A little bit of a delay here, we're just waiting. There's the horn, and we are off. The Bulldogs would love nothing more than to come in, take Game 3, 1, 2, 3, check one off in the win column, and go home. All pressure is on the Townies to prevent that from happening. Bulldogs on the right. The first serve is an ace. It's a beauty. Townies up 1-0. So the first 2 games are mirror images. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all the way to around 13. Tied up at around 13 in both games. Once they hit that 15 number, Townies, though, seemingly kind of fall apart, and the Bulldogs get stride. And nice return by the Bulldogs. A little sloppy. And they block it at the net. Townies with the bump set. And they dump it over to the back line, handled by Allen. And they bring it back. Dump to a tough spot. Point Bulldogs. Find a spot in the middle. Tie things up at 1. But then the Bulldogs seemingly hit stride once their opponents get around 15. They create space and finish it off. 2-0 here. Best of 5. 1-1 Game 3. At the net, the Bulldogs put it down. Point Westerly. And I'll tell you what, this team walks in, you don't see any height-wise huge players coming in that you would say, oh man, they're going to be tough at the net. So they obviously are very athletic, they've proven, and have timing down at the net on all their jumps. There's always 2 players there. Nice back step, blocked at the net by the Townies. Great play by the Townies this time at the net, 2-2. So back and forth, we start Game 3. We will be back in action in just 2 days, Thursday. Sal Algieri Field Girls Varsity Lacrosse. Snapping a 15-game losing streak from last season. Nice job by the Bulldogs. They find the inside of the back line. As you can see on the replay, number 20 having a day. Puts it downside out, point 3-2 Bulldogs. So the girls lacrosse team has a 15-game tie yesterday and is 1-0 on the season. The boys squad is 1-0, and they are playing right now. This Bulldog team looking to finish off a victory here. At the net block, Townies can't handle it. Bulldog point. At the net block, you're hearing a lot of that, number 20 this time. 4-2 the score. So the 5 teams we cover all have playoff aspirations. There was no doubt about that. This would be the youngest of the 5. Nice serve, handled well. Dumped over by the Townies. And that is a nice spot. Can they handle it? They can. Nice recovery. And to the net it goes. They don't fully recover on that one. And it's 6-2 Bulldog lead. Frustration can set in now if you're a Townie. You remember, this is Game 1. You just drove across the state, and first 2 games didn't go your way. Can get into the head of a student-athlete. Non-league game. And again, blocked at the net. Point Westerly. Man, have they created a dominating defense there at the wall. All 3 games here to start things off. That's going to be short, and into the net it goes. 7-3 the score. East Providence will take the serve. We are in Game 3 of the Best of 5 live Federico Gymnasium 2023 campaign opener for the Bulldogs, who climbed the mountain last year. Game 5, 1 point away from a state championship. Sort of starting fresh this season. ace by the Townies, bringing it 7-4. A lot of these players on the JV squad last year won the JV state tournament. Bulldogs bringing up quality volleyball players. And that's going to be deep. Bulldogs side out. Point Westerly 8-4. And the serve. They're set by the Townies too deep though, and the Bulldogs will take the point. 9-4 the score. So I would say the Townies came out at their best. That first 15 points of the day for the Townies, they look in sync. Quick, they look like they matched up with the Bulldogs very well. They kind of have seemed out of sync since then, as you'll see right there. Bulldogs get the point. Their sets haven't been quite as precise near the net as they were early on. Whereas the Bulldogs have played a consistent day here. And that doesn't make it over the net. That'll be an ace. The soft way for the Bulldogs, who now in a possible match-clinching game have jumped up quickly 11-4. And with the defense that the Bulldogs have displayed thus far, not a situation you want to be in if you're a Townie. Bam, blocked at the net again, number 18, number 4, whatever number it's been around the roster tonight. And they have been nearly impossible to get by, up, over, around, or in front of. Jump serve too much into the net, it goes. 12-5, all momentum on the Bulldog side, all energy, this young squad. What you need to do with the young team is build confidence, and man, you can't start a season any better for a confidence builder than this. Obviously, you don't get overconfident. I don't know anything about this East Providence team or whether they'll win a game all year. All I know is that getting a win under your belt and doing it in confident fashion like we just saw. Way to put it down by the Bulldogs. Nice spike. Check out the replay. Nice spot. That's certainly a well-deserved confidence builder. And nice set near the net, but unprepared with the Townies. Backwards, back over, they dump it. Bulldogs looking for a spot. Townies handle it. Nice set that time. Spike too deep. Called in. What do we got? It's in. Must have been touched. That was close. That was in. 13-6 the score. Race to 25, win by 2. Serve handled by Allen. Jump set, spike deep, and it's going to stay with the Townies as they'll take their 7th point of the day, game 3 here. Bulldogs looking to close things out quickly in game 1. Whistle, and we're off. And nice dig by the back line, can't handle it. That's 3 in a row for the Townies. They got 9, 13-9. They're not dead. They are hanging around, folks. That's what the beauty of high school sports, always hanging around. And a congratulations to the Westerly High School Athletic Director, Jamie Vitalino, with the Athletic Director of the Year honor this year. So congratulations, well deserved. Handled by the Townies as they dump it over to the back line. Allen brings it back. Set, nice spot, swing it down, block. Townies on a little bit of a run here, 14-9. Showing a little bit of life, I'd say. Can't seem to get a run. The Townies really haven't been on much of a run all night long, more than 3, I would say. Maybe one time did they grab 4. The Bulldogs have been able to create distance. And that's out of bounds, unforced error. Bulldogs will take the point, side out, 15-9. Ryan Allen set to serve. Full-time playing spot last year on the squad. So he's definitely a veteran, even though he's only a underclassmen, and that is a nice job at the net by the Townies, and they're going to take it right back, 15-10. Not going to go away here, but once the Bulldogs have gotten to that 15 mark in game 1 and game 2, they've really tightened the grip on their opponent. Jump serve, the righty, back line. And number 20, man, is he vicious with his spike attempt. It was tipped. And the Townies are going to get the point. No, that can't be. No, the Bulldogs will get the point. Tipped and out of bounds it went. The Bulldogs should get the point. And what a power hand by number 20, and what a day has he had. Mendiola's going to chase it down and serve for the Bulldogs. 16-10 lead, 9 points away from their first victory of the season. And unable to handle it. At the net, it rolls over for the Bulldogs. Soft spike. Bulldogs able to save it. Number 20 with the set this time. And the Bulldogs return. Handled. Nice job by Allen bringing it back. Mendiola to spike into the net. It goes. Bulldogs will take the point. Townies hit the net. And they're at 17. The creep begins. And the whistle. Here we go. No serve. Down the middle. Handled. The set to the far side. Spike blocked by the Bulldogs. Inbounds. Bulldogs point. Holy smokes. How many times has that happened tonight? Several Bulldog players all night long. I don't know how you get around it. 18-10. Set is high, and they will dump it over. Tap. That time it hurt the Bulldogs. Tap at the net, but you'll take one unfortunate tip for the amount of blocks that they have here tonight. 18-11. Bulldogs need 7 points to go out the door with a win. Townies need a few more. And a nice short set spike blocked at the net, number 20, Point Westerly. Holy smokes, all night long. I am not on repeat. This is real. And this is going to be a fun team to watch. This is a definite way to attract your fans into your season. Let them know, hey, we're a squad, we're ready to go. There's no rebuilding in their aspirations. They intend to compete this season, and I can see why Coach Beal has those aspirations. Townies are going to dump it over. Handled by Allen. Mendiola, the tip 20, and it finds its way, dumped over by the Townies. Back set, not a good spot. That's going to go to the Townies. So they have 12, 19-12. Game number 3. Federico Gymnasium, game number 1, went to the Bulldogs. Game number 2 went to the Bulldogs. Game number 3. Townies' only shot to continue here. And that goes into the net. Bulldogs will take it. Can't do that when they're this close. 20-12 to score. Bulldogs 5 points away. No one better at the serve. Having a better season opener, let me tell you. And that serve is beauty. Handled by the Townies spike attempt. In the back line. Deep spike, handled by the Townies. Dumped over deep, out of bounds it goes. Bulldogs point. And the crawl now to 25. 4 more to go for the Bulldogs victory here. I'm excited already. Game number 1 of the spring. And the serve handled the set. Far side spike. Up over that front. That's the only way to get by him, it seems. And the Bulldogs are forced to dump. Not in any more organization. Bulldogs return it, stays in towards the net. This time the break goes to the Townies. That was sloppy in general at entire volley. So 21-13. Still, the Townies, they got to get a chunk because even a side out inches the Bulldogs that much closer to the victory. Number 24 on the serve. Handled. Mendiola. Far side, soft spike, handled at the net. Bump set, Spike attempt, block, stays on the Bulldog side. Now the blocks, past two of them anyway, have fallen on the side of the Bulldogs. So here we go, 21-14. High school sports give these guys, any team, any breathing room, and you never know. And that spike's going to fall for the Bulldogs in. And just like that, number 4 puts it down, side out, 22-4. The Bulldogs, check out the replay. Outstretched, it was a little behind. Drops it where no one is. 3 points away from a perfect start to the season. And at the net, tries to put it over and surprise the Bulldogs. Into the net it goes, 23. 2 points away, folks. And the serve. Jump set and a miscommunication. Point for the Bulldogs. Game point, match point, I should say. Need 10 in a row is what the Townies need to continue this and stay alive in this match. Bulldogs serve, it's a beauty. Not handled well, and that'll do it for the night. The Bulldogs are 1-0 in this non-league match to start the 2023 campaign, 25-14. Impressive start for this young team. And we look forward to their games to come, folks. I am super excited about the spring. Saddle Jerry Field, folks, 7 p.m. on Thursday. We will be bringing you some ladies lacrosse action. Like I said, they won game number 1 this season, snapping a 15-game skid from last year. So all signs are upward. Spring sports can't wait. See you on Thursday.
Either really short or really fast and easy or really long. Game over? Game's over. Really fast or really long. Yeah, athletic.